call up to NASA astronaut Jasmine Mobelli, who's currently on the space station, letting them know that the teams have pulled go to approach waypoint 2. This will allow the vehicle to move through waypoint 1 and onto waypoint 2. Once the vehicle reaches waypoint 2, which is the final stop, just 20 meters in front of the station, it'll pause at that point for about a minute before closing in for contact and capture. You are currently seeing a live view of the International Space Station Flight Control Room here in Houston, Texas. Leading the team today is Flight Director Brandon Lloyd. Lloyd was part of NASA's 2021 class of flight directors, and he goes by this call sign of Adagio Flight. To Lloyd's right, we also have the capsule communicator, or CAPCOM, for today, Jay Marshkay. The CAPCOM serves as the voice link between teams on the ground and the station crew, so his voice is who you hear going up and interacting with the crew on the space station. The Dragon vehicle is now within 300 meters of the space station and closing in.
Houston Station, range is 298. Attitude still looks good, and SSC 11 ran into a problem and is restarting.
Copy.
In Houston, when the SSC comes back up, do we need to do anything to reconfigure the DDM view, or do you all take care of that?
We will take care of it, Jaws.
Okay, copy, thanks.
Jaws, change of plans. We'd like to send you to the lab to the alternate setup.
Copy, move into lab. Houston Station on Space to Ground 2. From the lab, the SSC-22 currently is not flagged in as robo.
Jaws, repeat again what's going on with SSC-22.
It's logged out, so it's locked as robo, but we'll try to get it set up.
Copy.
And Jay, on SSC-9, which is supposed to have the Dragon docking monitor, it says no video.
Copy that, Jaws. We're going to reroute the video.
You just heard some conversation between NASA astronaut Jasmine Mogbelli and the Capcom, or capsule communicator, here on the ground. You may have heard them talking about SSCs. SSC stands for the Station Support Computers, and there's a handful of those aboard the station.
And Houston from station, SSC-22 is now logged in, if you're able to pull up the ISS camera view on that one.
Copy. We'll route video to it.
Copy, thanks.
In addition to the conversation about SSCs between NASA astronaut Jasmine Mogbelli and the team here on the ground, you heard them talking about routing video. So the Cronus flight controller and mission control, which is the communications radio frequency onboard network utilization specialization.
We see vehicle mode has now transitioned to approach to align point, range is showing 215 meters.
Copy.
The space station video just entered into a brief loss of signal. We'll get signal back in just a minute, and that happens when the signal is transferring between different satellites. The Dragon spacecraft is now within 200 meters of the space station, closing in on that waypoint 1 spot. The SpaceX Mission Control Team in Hawthorne, California, and the NASA Mission Control Team here in Houston are going to pull go, no-go for docking a short time from now. The vehicle continues to close in on the space station and is about 186 meters away, and it's on its way to Waypoint 2. Waypoint 2 will be a final stop for the vehicle, and it's just 20 meters in front of the space station. The vehicle will pause at Waypoint 2 for about a minute before closing in for contact and capture. As we approach contact and capture, and just before that, you will hear the call CHOP, which is crew hands off point, and it's basically telling crew to not to send any commands at that point. And then once we reach the contact and capture point, a capture ring on Dragon will interact with the International Docking Adapter, or IDA, on Node 2 forward port of the station to get the initial capture. Dragon's 12 hooks, which are 2 sets of 6 hooks, will then engage for a hard capture. Once we have that hard capture and the hooks are engaged, there will be a vacuum-tight seal between Dragon and the station called the vestibule. The vehicle will then be pressurized to match the same pressure as station, and they'll pause periodically for some leak checks during that process. And then once it's pressurized, the crew will will be able to open the hatch on the station side and also on the Dragon side and begin operations to unload cargo later today. Additionally, there will be a couple of umbilicals that will be deployed so that power and data from the station can get to Dragon, and this will move.
Station on Space Ground 2, we are ready for docking.
Copy that, Juz. Do you have the video that you need?
We see they're pulling up the ISS view, but our EM still shows no video.